Hey YouTube, it's about time. The season's about to end. It's gonna end tomorrow. Then season 2 begins in Diablo 4. So today I'm just gonna go around, take a look, and see what's going on. What we got going on? Got any hell tides or anything? No, not yet. Got a bunch of side quests. Everything's already basically unlocked. So I guess look at my inventory. Nothing. There's consumables here. Tier 16, tier 19. I guess we'll give this one a go. Thorns, poisonous evade, poisonous damage. If I want to jump into a 19, I hadn't played in a couple of days, so let's jump into a 16. Alright. Comdor Temple. Let's see how this goes. So again, if you've been following along, you know that I've been using a Blood Mist build, and so we'll see how that is. Should go pretty decent though. It's been working out well. Love the look of the seasonal gear. Can't wait to see the season 2 stuff. Been trying not to look anything up because I don't want any spoilers, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I did read a guide the other day about some of the increases to where certain things will just drop as materials instead of the actual equipment, so that you don't have to take up bag space anymore. So that's going to be great. So we shouldn't have to run to town so often and clean things. Also, they're going to be having more chests around, so if you don't have to go to like a specific town just to check out it or swap things around in your chests. So that's pretty good. So basically with this build, all I do is kind of just run around in circles and occasionally hit something down here, as you can see if you take a look down there. But mainly, my equipment does most of all of this stuff. Puts the decryptify on there. Pulling in the corpse tendrils, that's automatic. One of these guys. Walking near corpse automatically activates an equipped corpse skill. The little orange. Oh. And so when I start getting low on health, I hit my blood mist. Here. Get some health back, drop a couple of corpses, let the corpses do their thing, and I just kind of run around. Pretty easy build. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to have much issue here, so I'm just going to start moving along. I try not to pick up any blues or any regular equipment. I try to pick up only the legendaries and the yellows, the rares, just because inventory gets full too quickly. But again, they should be solving that in Season 2. Some of this equipment should just be materials instead, which would show up under material and stats, so it shows up in this bag over here, which will be great, just because, like I said, bags are always filling up too quickly. Alright, so what are we doing here? Slay the High Priest, so we have 3 big bosses that we gotta take down. Gotta keep an eye on your revives, make sure you don't die too many times. So what I like to do is kind of grab a whole mob like this, now hit Blood Mist, and just kind of run backwards. I'm literally not doing anything but just running around in circles. And then eventually my corpse tendril will pop, holds them in. And then we have the Blight. And yeah, and if you've been following along, you know my build. If not, check out one of my vids and you'll see the build I go with. And if you check the description, I should have the link to Icy Veins, where I have most of, where I took most of the information from to make this build. But it comes down to some drops as well. You got to make sure you get the right drops. I still have yet to take down a treasure goblin with this build. It's a very good multi-target build, but it's a terrible single-target build. With my rogue, I can just take down a treasure goblin almost instantly, no problem at all. Just continue to control them and take them down. with this Necromancer build, I can take down 100 as long as I have enough corpses on the ground without even clicking a button. So that's a very interesting thing. See, that entire time I was basically just running around in circles. That's why I call this the running around in circles build. Alright, and then, let's see, we're gonna take this because we want to put, we already have territorial in one. Scourge, this one. For within range, you deal increased shadow damage. And see, because this is a shadow build, we want to stick with shadow damage. When corpse tendrils pull in, corpses explode. When they run out, they blow and they drop light, and that's all shadow damage. So as long as you stack a lot of heavy shadow damage and just keep focusing on shadow damage, you should be able to just continue to take things down. So as you see, I already had slayed one priest, so we just gotta go slay two more. Again, just basically running around in circles, letting it do its corpse tendrils. I always, keep an eye on my bar here to see what's available, just in case, but usually it's pretty good about just being pretty automatic. What I did miss also was, I don't know what version Diablo it was, but you could have a druid and you'd pop a hurricane and the hurricane would just spin around you, basically about the size of this what is it, Decrepify ring here, that poison asphyx or something. But it's basically like this, like if you had your bone shield wall here, but you had a druid and you could eventually basically unlock it so it just ran all the time. So by the time you got into real high level dungeons, you're running around with this constant hurricane around you. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was at the same time that the sorcerers had a pretty nice frozen orb. I always like that one too. You shoot it out and it would just take everything down around you. The sorcerer still has frozen orb now. I don't know, it just didn't feel the same as it did before. But I didn't find, maybe I just didn't level high enough, but I didn't find quite the build that you could just run around with a hurricane on the druid like previous edition of Diablo. It was either Diablo 2 or 3. I don't know. First Diablo was Diablo 1, right? And Deke Arcade. Very much enjoyed that. Glad they haven't changed the overall gameplay since the first one. Even some of the sound effects are very still original, and I do like them. Of course, they've been revamped, slightly tweaked, but you can still hear the originals. Right. So again, just kind of running around. All I'm really doing is just looking at things to pick up. Trying to avoid picking up things that I don't need and staying out of the stuff that's going to freeze me. And again, oh, check this out. So, Malignant Heart, go ahead and get him spawned up here. Ah, poison, okay. But because I already have so much corpse and so many blights just sitting down there, that he's just going to slowly melt away. I did start a sorcerer just the other day, but again, season's ending very soon, tomorrow, so today might be the last day to play, but did have a sorcerer set up with a lot of flame, a lot of burn damage, and it was just running right along, just cooking everything and just keep walking, and they just eventually die. Sometimes you had to turn around and pick up loot, but for the most part, it just, because it's such low level, there wasn't much to pick up. So you could just kind of run through dungeons. But I do enjoy the Necromancer build. I really wanted a more powerful army build, and so it's very interesting, but originally as I leveled this character up, I was only building him as a Necromancer, just a summoner. So that was the sole purpose. Use a potion right there, blood jump into my blood mist, and I needed to basically get them over to some corpses, which I was not able to do, and then I hit the wrong button. But I did have a big skeleton army. Literally named the character Overlord because, why not? Let's see where we are here. We're over here in this corner. We do need that as an objective, so we'll have to go back there anyways. But I did close to breaking. Okay, so let's not die again, guys. So I named him Warlord, built him up as a summoner, had the rings, the hearts, had a huge army, but just constantly found myself not being able to build the army big enough or keep the army large. And so it would be great for a little bit, and then all of a sudden all of my skeletons would be dead, and it seemed like it was a big chore to keep the army alive. And then sometimes you'd get to a boss, they would all die, and then you'd have to wait for your ultimate to drop skeletons again, or else you'd be, you just wouldn't be able to do anything. Basically just running around as a summoner with no creatures, no minions to do your bidding. So I kind of was looking around on Icy Veins and saw this build with Blood Mist, and I said, oh, I've already picked up some of that equipment, I've already came across some of it, so let's see. And I've really been enjoying it because I've been able to actually go to higher dungeons and stay alive a little bit more, as long as you keep an eye on where you stand, right? Don't stand in stupid, as they would say back in the day. They probably still say that today, but it was a big thing back in the WoW days. Definitely, if you like games, play all the games. Don't stick with just one. It's just Diablo is still new to me because we're just wrapping up Season 1. I'm really interested to see what happens in Season 2. Where WoW, I just, grabbed the expansion, maxed out the tune, maxed out a couple of alts, and then basically started doing high key dungeons, and then it's just rinse and repeat every week. And the quests are fun and stuff, but I like just seeing the new content. So as soon as the next release comes out, I'll get the next expansion and do it all over again, max the tune out, make a few alts, and then as soon as it starts getting too repetitive, I will be out again until the next expansion. But I did just see that Activision and Blizzard, Xbox, all that just came under the same umbrella. They finally finished the sale of that, so I haven't heard yet, but it would be interesting to see if they get more Xbox players into WoW through either Game Pass subscriptions or change the model in some sense. We'll see. Only time will tell. But either way, it's a lot of content, a lot of visual stimulation, a lot of time well spent. So it'll be a good value for the money, I think, regardless, if you can. And if you can't, just watch. See it all anyways, for free. While still maintaining a social life, maybe. Oh, I just noticed, guys. This is the Butcher. For some reason, I thought it was one of the last tunes, and it was not. So apparently, this is how the fight would go if you would get the Butcher at level 62, and the Butcher was level 69. Again, see, I'm keeping corpses. They just keep spawning. They keep running, and oh, great. Got some pants. Just want to make sure nothing blows up. Again, my armor's already ready to go. So let's grab all of that. Let's take a look at what we have here. Jared, your potion also grants 30% movement speed for 2 seconds. Yeah, that's not too bad. Increases potion capacity. That's good. Some damage reduction. Great. And you heal per second for each close enemy. Oh, so that's actually pretty helpful, because this build requires you to kind of be next to the enemy, so it would actually help heal faster. But the bonus don't damage the enemy, gain a barrier equal, so that's still a helpful bonus on both. I'll probably end up switching the pants though. I'll probably put these on later, but I'll see if I can socket them a second socket, and I do like that benefit and the extra armor. That'll be great to help. See, when you have this build, you want to be on top of the people, and when you have the summoner build, you kind of want to stay away from the people. just because that's the way that the build plays. See if we can find, what do we, open the chamber door. Okay, I remember that was way down here. Let's just skip on down to it. There's no sense in wiping all that out. There it is. Let's just get to it. Okay. Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Here. Might as well just stay full. Don't leave the gold behind. How much gold do we have? That's another thing. Try not to get too carried away with just destroying all of this stuff. Because I found I kept destroying this, and I have all these materials I'm not doing much with. And I didn't have very much cash, so I had to go just basically get a bunch of yellows just to sell them. Just because I wasn't paying any attention. So cash is king. Until you need the materials to make things, but then you just farm for that material and then just go back to keeping cash. Khazra, the Abomination. Again, level 69. So yeah, we probably could have went and pushed to tier 19. I don't think that was pretty easy. So what was the other one? 19, yeah. So that's alright. Let's take a shield. Okay. Alright, so see, I'm already full. I must have... Yeah, see, I don't really have anything worth really tossing, so I'll just toss that down for now. I'll come back for it. See what we got for a shield. Maximum number of skeletal warriors again, so that's not going to benefit me, but it would benefit my Necromancer build there, minion build. We have 7 or more minions. Your minion gains increased damage reduction. Okay, so they'll stay alive a little bit better. That would help them stay alive. But if your blood skills overpower, you gain 35% attack speed. Alright, so I'm not really got a lot of blood skills. I have this one. See how it says Macabre and Blood up there at the top under rank 5. So that's the only blood skill I believe I have. See, that's Darkness, Corruption, Corruption, Darkness, and Bone, Darkness, and Corruption. So yeah, so really wouldn't benefit me too much. Plus it's quite a bit of a drop. Oh, because it's a one-handed, so it would go with the shield. So yeah, but yeah, very good. Let's see what we have here. So we have a couple of glyphs. Let's see. So I'm gonna upgrade this one, Scourge, because this is the one I simply just put up there because I really like that. You deal increased shadow damage over time. I think that's important, right? Especially since that's my primary focus is put down shadow damage and run around in circles around the shadow damage. And this is the other one. For every 5 dexterity purchase in range, you deal increased damage to close targets. Again, because we're staying very close to them. Alright, so that's about it. I'm just going to go to town, do some cleanup, sell, sell, sell. Probably put this in my chests. Or I'll probably just break them down since, again, the season's ending. All my stuff's going to be useless soon. Yeah, so that's about it. Have a good day, guys. Take it easy, and gals, and anybody else who wants to watch this. And subscribe if you feel like it. But I'm going to take off for now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks.